Leslie Jones is still harping about 2016 Ghostbusters. We have an article from Bounding Into Comics where it
She's got
says
nothing
Leslie
else.
Jones continues to lash out at Ghostbusters critics, describes them as sad keyboard warriors living in their mother's basements.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Like a true banshee.
I'm living.
I
I'm sitting in a spare room of my house right now. We do not live in our mother's fucking basements. Christ's sake,
I am literally in a normal room.
How can you accuse your boy of living in his mother? My mother abandoned me when I was 10 years old.
I
I
don't
ain't
want
living
to
in her
brag.
basement for a long time.
Really nice apartment.
Now, I want to be, clear. This woman is obviously insane.
Yeah.
She did receive some.
Did you say with tears?
She did receive some interesting stuff. Okay, she was, and honestly, listen, I've said it before.
You know
guys
what's
can
funny?
read.
That's,
you guys
that's
can
a,
read what you know.
That bit there that started out is a little bit of the comment.
Yeah, I'm sure Ryan.
Well said, Thomas. Well said, Thomas.
She did receive a little bit of, typical internet. How do I want to put it? Backlash. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing, though. So
I'm not going to say anything, but
really quick. It is the internet.
The reason
okay?
I got banned.
Oh, was it nice? It is the internet, all right. So it is the internet, and you have to expect that you're gonna get trolls, okay? And I think what the problem is that a lot of these celebrities, whether purposefully or not purposefully, sometimes I feel like it is purposefully. They look at these troll comments that we're all used to seeing, right? Like if you played Modern Warfare, Call of Duty, like you're gonna see those words a million times a day, right? Like even if you're not black or not, you're gonna get called it. It's the internet. They purposely, I really think they weaponize this stuff. They take what they know as trolls. They take what they know are just people trying to get rage bait, and they take that stuff and they victimize it, right? Like they weaponize it, they victimize it, and they make it seem like, oh my God, woe is me. America's so racist. Look at this one tweet from this one random dude. What the fuck's this guy's name? Thomas Murray, the real GB fight.
GB fights.
Okay.
Like
why is this ruining your life? You know what I mean? Like I don't really think it is. Again, I think it's just bullshit.
If this is ruining your life, what kind of life do you have in the first place? If this is ruining your life, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And not only that, too,
she wasn't out of Wakanda, and
she wasn't the only one being like criticized in that 2016 movie. All of them were being criticized in that movie. Yeah, but of course, because she's the only one who is black, they are going to focus on her story, her victimness, whatever the case may be.
What's Michelle Obama doing in this film?
Oh shit!
But she's not even talking just about Ghostbusters. I don't know if the Bounding article covers it, but the article I was reading, she was also throwing shade at Saturday Night Live. She was all like, "Yeah, when I was on Saturday Night Live, I was so typecast. I was always either angry at the white boy or trying to sleep with the white boy." And I was like, "Oh my! Look, first of all, when you were on SNL, you sucked then too. It's not just Ghostbusters. Like SNL's been bad since like 2006 and onward. Everyone has sucked on that show since then.
Not even Steven Seagal would fuck that creature."
Well, just to be clear, I find it kind of funny.
Demon is more attractive.
I find it funny that this person decided to say that, because it's actually interesting, because if she says that she's being typecasted because she's trying to hook up with the white guy or whatever, that's still happening now. Like look at the Little Mermaid. Look at all of these fucking race swap characters that are falling in love with white dudes or whatever. Like it's always an interracial couple. So like if that's such a big deal, why is this still happening now? Like you guys are, I don't understand the lack of consistency. You know what I mean? Like,
Hypno,
you're mad about being typecasted, but there's nothing but typecasting happening. If that's
first of all, it's the rule of Hollywood. I don't know what the fuck you were talking about in the first place when you talk about typecasting, because you are really like contradicting the very essence of what Hollywood is made of. Because everyone, like starting from drama school up to your acting coaches to the single casting directors, they will make it very clear that in the beginning, to have a career, they will put you in a film where they believe professionally, it has nothing to do with typecasting, but they really believe, according to the script, according to the production and director, they really believe that you can stand out in a certain particular frame, in a certain particular style, in a certain particular context. And this is also favoring your career, you dumb bitch. This is helping you to make more money, to create more
You made
creative.
him spit out his vein.
Sorry, I've never heard Coach. Very rarely do I hear Coach
Smoke's
go
gonna
so hard
close
in
if
the
you do
paint,
that again.
and to hear the "you dumb bitch."
You've done it when Mr. Captain Positivity just says, "You dumb bitch."
I mean, this is the very. I mean, you are in a business that is really like it's the foundation is being typecast because every movie has a fucking style, and according to that fucking style, they pick out actors who can emphasize the fucking style of the movie.
She should
You
play
know
as
why?
King
Because
Kong.
style is the fucking best strategy. You dumb bitch.
She should play
Coach.
as King Kong.
No, wait,
Mark
Coach.
Zuckerberg should play as Godzilla. He has
I mean,
to
this
take
is really what the hell are you trying? Like, talk about the movie. Talk about a specific
Coach,
line.
here's the
Talk
thing. You know
about
how irrelevant she is? This comment actually makes it pretty easy how relevant of a she is, and also a dumb bitch. This person said,
woman?
I liked her better in Lord of the Rings in her role pulling siege weapons from Mordor.
Wow.
Just a fucking irrelevant orc.
When this movie
Okay,
came out, a lot of people were very, obviously a lot of people were against this movie. You want to hear the main narrative that I heard from actual real life people, not internet people? And this was my biggest point when fucking Ghostbusters 2016 came out. Didn't have shit to do with the fact that they're women. It had to do with comedy has changed so much since the 80s that a modern Ghostbusters, men or women, wouldn't work because it would not have that 80s comedy flair to it. That was the problem.
No, I agree. I 100% agree. But
Leslie
the other
Jones
issue
versus
too
Legolas.
is that
Can't
they
have
took
Ghostbusters
this whole scenario. Like the one thing I hate is that they tried to make it. I really feel like this started a lot of the nonsense we see today.
It did.
I feel like this was
really,
almost patient zero. I don't know if there was anything before this.
I'd say Gamergate was patient zero, but this was literally the very next step.
Right.
Gamergate,
I think this
then
was like the
Ghostbusters
movie.
2016.
This was the movie version, I guess, of Gamergate. Like it really started. It started this nonsense, So it goes to show that they're desperate to hold on to this. Like they really want to hold on to this whole narrative about people hate black people in movies or whatever. And I will never understand it. I will never understand that whole narrative. I will never believe it. That whole victim mindset just never works because there has been so many different avenues of entertainment that has been black led, and so many different movies and TV shows that are so famous and so popular from the 90s, from the 80s, from the early 2000s. Like there's so much out there that has been black led before. I just don't get this victim mindset, and for them to come out and try to pretend like they're the first ones to do whatever, that shit annoys me.
Because
it's
to spew fake hate. It's to spew fucking fake hate and also propagate a lot of fear and a strong desire to not actually do any research and to make people more ignorant. Because as long as you keep the population you're trying to control docile and ignorant, you will be able to control them more effectively. If they start thinking for themselves and seeing the truth, that's when your establishment's going to have trouble maintaining their so-called
Jones can think
order.
for herself, God help us all. But
but she's useful.
If she should have played instead of Eddie Murphy, this woman should have played as Rasputia Lattimore. The face is very
motherfucker.
You add the extra weight, an extra 500 pounds, and then she's like, "Oh, hell
fucking Norbit."
I thought you were gonna say she should have played Sherman Clump.
Oh my god! You know what's crazy though? Actually, this comment from T-Jap, dude, that is so on the nose. Like it's crazy how they really. I remember I made a comment on Twitter where I was saying like eventually Hollywood's gonna get tired of doing this nonsense, and black people are gonna get tired of pretending as if they were in certain places in history. That thing. It's weird how I've never seen a group of people so desperately want to pretend as if they were somewhere they weren't. I don't get it. You have so much history to yourselves and so many stories you can tell. I will never understand the desperate need to want to pretend like you were part of the British royalty or something. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't compute.
Maybe it's because Western culture and European civilization and people are better. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's just a higher class of human, Ryan.
I know. That's why we've had